January 3, 2026. Caracas, Venezuela. U.S. Delta Force units stormed Nicolas Maduro's palace before dawn. By morning, the regime was gone. But what stunned intelligence agencies was not Maduro's arrest, it was the dead. Of the 75 elite guards killed defending the palace, at least 32 were Cubans. Havana, November 1999. Fidel Castro and Venezuela's new president Hugo Chavez meet at a packed baseball stadium. No treaty is signed, but a pact is formed. Venezuelan oil will keep Cuba alive. Cuban intelligence will keep Venezuela in power. The timing is critical. After the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, Cuba entered the special period. Oil vanished, factories stopped, food disappeared, the revolution nearly died. Chavez became Cuba's lifeline. Venezuela began sending nearly 100,000 barrels of oil per day to Cuba at discounted rates. That oil restarted Cuba's economy. In return, Cuba sent its most valuable export. People, doctors and teachers went to Venezuela, but so did intelligence officers. Cuban operatives rebuilt Venezuela's intelligence services, embedded inside the military and handled loyalty checks and counter-coups. Maduro trusted Cuban security more than his own army. For over 2 decades, Havana quietly propped up Caracas. The Caracas raid exposed what had always been denied. Cuba was not a supporter, it was the backbone. When Maduro fell, Venezuela's new government cut oil shipments to Cuba immediately. Trump backed the move. No invasion was needed, just a switch turned off. The pipeline that kept Cuba alive for 25 years went dry overnight. Cuba's fate is now tied to Florida politics. Once a swing state, Florida is now Republican territory, driven by Cuban-American and Venezuelan-American voters. Their hatred of socialism is deep and personal. Trump weaponized that fear. Do you want America to become Cuba? Marco Rubio became the bridge between Trump and this vote bank. For Rubio, Cuba is personal. His family fled before Castro's revolution. Havana represents unfinished history. If Cuba falls under a Republican administration, Democrats lose Florida for a generation. This is not only about votes. U.S. intelligence believes China operates surveillance facilities in Cuba, capable of monitoring American military communications. Russia has returned warships and nuclear-capable submarines to Havana's ports. To Washington, this feels like history repeating itself. Trump has revived the logic of the Monroe Doctrine: no foreign powers in America's backyard. With Venezuela gone, Cuba is now exposed. Havana after sunset. Darkness. Power cuts last up to 14 hours a day. Hospitals ration fuel. Pharmacies are empty. Surgeries are performed with phone flashlights. Diseases spread. This crisis is worse than the 1990s. Back then, Cubans had Fidel Castro. Today, they have nothing to believe in. Since 2020, up to 2 million Cubans have fled. The young are gone. The country is aging. In July 2021, thousands of Cubans took to the streets, not chanting revolutionary slogans, but demanding food and freedom. The old slogan was Patria o Muerte. The new one is Patria y Vida. Trump and Rubio see opportunity. Starve the system, force the army to choose. History warns against confidence. 12 U.S. presidents predicted Cuba's collapse. All were wrong. The Cuban military controls the economy through GESA, a vast business empire. If the regime falls, generals lose everything. There is no unified opposition leader, no internal alternative ready to govern, and suspicion of America still runs deep. Many Cubans hate the government, but they fear foreign control even more. Trump does not want invasion. He wants implosion, pressure until the system breaks from within. Cuba now sits on a fault line. On one side, hunger. On the other, isolation. Between them stands the army. The future of Havana depends on one question. Will the soldiers keep their guns pointed at the people, or will they turn them on their own generals? Cuba is running out of time. So is history.